What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Red Flag. Once again, I'd like to give a major shout out to Herman. I hope I'm saying that right. After this session, I'll know. I'm doing 2 of these reactions in the same session. I assume by the end of this session, or by the end of the posting of these videos, I will know. But in the meantime, the next track we're going to react to from Red Flag is Broken Heart. Obviously, it speaks to an emotional and mental, psychological condition. I would say, though, he mentioned another track as being a ballad-type tune, but not this one. So with that implication, or at least lack of a depiction of this tune as a ballad, I'm thinking maybe it will be a more energetic track. Certainly the first couple that we've listened to have had energy and groove and almost an attitude, mechanized energy to it, so, or to them. So, yeah, again, given the way this was described, or not described, I should say, I'm inclined to think maybe it'll have a bit more pep to it. So, but ultimately, yeah, whether the sonics are, more up-tempo or down-tempo, I imagine we'll be speaking to one of the worst feelings as a human, the feeling of having a broken heart, someone saying they don't want to be with you, someone cheating on you, or not really giving or reciprocating the same kind of affection that you would like to in their direction. So, yeah, we'll see how that's dealt with. Obviously, that can go a lot of different directions, and, the sentiment of the person who feels brokenhearted could be more, still trying to make it work, could be despondent, could be, a psychological exploration of the feeling itself. So many possibilities, but again, knowing that this isn't the tune described as a ballad, I imagine it'll take place in some sort of energetic setting. Let's find out. This is Red Flag. The tune is Broken Heart. And once again, I think the tunes that I've been sent in this batch by Herman are from the 1980s. To a video game track from the early 90s recently called Hyperspace. It is no insult that I say a couple things here remind me of that track. I assure you that it's not an insult. It really reminded me of Young Dave in the vocals. Characterize that little melodic I really do like their bass lines. That stripped down section was going to carry on longer, so when they rolled back in, it was a nice surprise. how to describe, which again, it's not an insult. Another tune. I love this band's style. It's, as I said, making me think about, not only things I'm nostalgic about, which again, I know that might sound like a questionable comparison, but yeah, someone who enjoys a lot of electronic music from the 80s and 90s from different sources. When I make that comparison to chiptune and to that other video game track I reacted to, it is not meant in any way as a disparaging comparison. But like I said, they're also reminding me of, I think the most celebrated, at least universally celebrated period of Depeche Mode, the mid to late 90s, the dark period, Some Great Reward, and I think especially Black Celebration. So yeah, it's reminding me of tracks from those albums, which is a very good thing. And yeah, it is a song that it sounded like on some level is about, there's no one there to help you or to be with you. You're on the edge of nowhere, this feeling of, just complete desolation, psychological, emotional. But yeah, ultimately it occurred within the context of driving groovy dance floor sonics with not only, as I said, really cool synth bass line, which that's like, the third one in a row. So they joined a group, I would put Pet Shop Boys in there and a few others who just always consistently have really good synth bass lines. So yeah, loving that. Also that melodic run, which I enjoyed the rhythm and the melody of it, and like I said, it had a really electronic late 80s early 90s sort of sound. So yeah, just a top track. Feel free to fill in any details. Again, I caught some of the lines lyrically, but there may be more to it than I was just suggesting. In fact, I'm sure there is, but I did pick up on that sense of what it's like to feel heartbroken, where it's like there's no consolation. You could be around people and it still feels like you're terribly alone. So it felt like that sentiment was there. But either way, let me know what you think of the tune. I will see you next time. Peace.